Hey there, I'm Dr. Angie, and this is my pug, Mr. Pugsley. And in this video, I'm going to be answering pet parents' questions about all kinds of things. And to be honest, I have not read the questions yet. I was on vacation last week, and so I'm catching up for 2 weeks. So I'm going to be reading them with you. So hopefully I don't stumble over them too much, but we have a lot to get through. Randy writes, I'll answer your cat food question if you answer my dog food question. Absolutely. We had 5 beautiful cats, and their primary food was Fancy Feast for more than a decade. We have 1 baby left. She's 20 with an overactive thyroid that's treated with an ear gel. So that's methimazole. But at even 5+ pounds, this little girl was eating for 3. Since she was eating 2+ cans a day, we switched to 9 Lives and Friskies. Trust me, we've tried numerous high-priced foods claiming to be better quality, all natural, and she won't eat it. At 20, she can have anything she wants, and at 5 pounds, she can eat as much as she wants. The cheaper food is making her happy, and that's my number one concern. When we cook fish or chicken, we make some for her, and she loves it, but it is sustainable long-term. Have you heard of koji protein for dogs? On Shark Tank, a guy pitched vegan dog food. Would you recommend it? It's also twice as expensive. Thanks, Randy. Okay, Randy. So I wonder with your 20-year-old kitty that is eating so much, I wonder if she has inflammatory bowel disease that's not being controlled, which we could probably control pretty well with steroids, or I wonder if her thyroid disease is truly being controlled. It makes me think of one of those 2 things are happening. And so a blood test would help you rule out if her thyroid disease is controlled adequately with the methimazole, and maybe check out inflammatory bowel disease with your veterinarian. There's some things we can do to check for that, or maybe even treat it. It could be that she's eating and she's just not absorbing any of it because there's too much inflammation, and we can fix that. I have not heard of koji protein, and I'm not a huge fan of vegan proteins for dogs, especially in light of this new kind of investigation if peas and legumes are okay for dogs. Now, we don't know the answer to that yet, but I try to keep the proteins that I feed dogs as meat-based as possible. Now, if you're vegan, you can feed your dog a vegan diet safely. I don't know if it's best for their optimal health. Donna writes, do you have any suggestions for what or how to feed my cat who just had a bout of pancreatitis? He has always had an iron stomach for 11 years of his life. However, he had an MRI to check his leg weakness. No cancer, no spine issues, so we're excited until 8 hours later he had a bout of pancreatitis. He's back home and continues on his wet food diet. However, I'm so scared for him. His leg weakness may be arthritis or hip dysplasia. For now, we're focused on getting him strong after being in the hospital for 3 days. Any feedback you can provide would be appreciated. Wow, that's really strange. I'm wondering if the pancreatitis started after the MRI, because some drugs that we give cats can cause pancreatitis, or if you had the MRI because of the pancreatitis. We know that feeding cats a low-fat diet like we do for dogs isn't necessary for pancreatitis, and so I would do what's as digestible as possible. I wonder what the ultrasound looked like. So I guess your question leaves me with more questions for you. So send me an email and let me know. Carol writes, you gave me guidance to help with Cougar's fibrosarcoma. That cancer is vicious and growing. I'm so sorry to hear that. We went to the oncologist and he's on his 2nd dose of lomustine. The tumor continues to grow. It is beginning to break the skin and create a sore. The oncologist said that this is a time we would begin to talk about euthanasia. I don't know how to reconcile this with an otherwise bright and loving cat. His blood work is showing expected but modest impact on him. I'm trying to figure out how I can support his blood. Can cats have bone broth? Do you have any nutritional advice? Ordering our next bottle of HempRx. Deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you, Carol. So this is a really tough time when you're coming to the end of life and your animal still looks really bright. And I think it's okay. Like, you just take it one day at a time. And if the tumor is not impacting your kitty from a pain or quality of life perspective, but looks really ugly, then I think it's okay. And you just take it one day, 1 week, 1 month at a time. And then I see, Carol, you have another question. The tumor has stretched the skin and is creating a wound. Is it safe or toxic to use colloidal silver spray to help with the wound? Colloidal silver has been wonderful for our humans, but I'm not sure if it's safe for cats. I understand the area is unlikely to heal because of the cancerous cells, but I want to give him any chance I can for comfort. You know, I don't know if colloidal silver is safe for cats. I have a lot of clients that use it on both cats and dogs. Anything we put on a cat is licked off, and so then it's ingested. And I know that colloidal silver is not cleared. And so at this point, if you thought it helped and it was one of your only options, I think it's okay to use it, but I'm not 100% sure that it's safe. Heather writes, I enjoyed your recent podcast on the Be the Wellness. Thank you, Heather. I order CBD from you and use it for my lab mix who has anxiety and irritable bowel. He has been doing so well. That's so good to hear. I would love to actually hear more about how much you're giving and how much it helps. So if you have any more information, I'd love to hear it. We now have a Great Dane puppy who is 3 months old. She keeps getting loose stool, but our vet finds nothing wrong with her. We feed her what the breeder recommended for a large breed puppy. I may consider changing from Purina One Smart Blend large breed puppy to Precise Pet Holistic. She still has loose stools on bland chicken and rice. My question for you, is it safe to give the puppy a small amount of CBD oil? Yes, it's probably safe to give your puppy CBD oil, although I don't have any studies currently using CBD for puppies. Now, the chronic diarrhea makes me wonder if your dog has food allergies. If the stool's been tested and everything else looks normal and there are no parasites, then I would start looking into food allergies. If you want, you can try a hydrolyzed diet. I like Ultimino by Royal Canin if you want to just get to the bottom of it, or you can try different elimination diets. If you tried the chicken and rice, maybe you would try, beef and millet, do something completely different. But when I see these large breed puppies, I often see food allergies. Sometimes they outgrow it and sometimes they don't, but I think it's good to try it out. On my blog, there is a diet called amino acid-based diets, and I use them a lot for itchy dogs, but this is also a good time to use them because it helps us to know, and it helps your dog to know if your dog has food allergies. At this point, there's really not a lot else that could be causing it unless there is some congenital problem with digestion. Let me know how it goes. Okay, Kathy writes, I just watched your videos. Thank you so much. They were each short, specific, and clear. Well, thank you. I do have 3 questions. Is it okay to administer the HempRx for a cat that is currently taking methimazole for thyroid issues? Yes, you can use those together. 2, I did not see this in the video, but in the past, HempRx has been mentioned as a good for feline respiratory issues. When Romeo has his respiratory issues, we put him on doxycycline, which clears it up for several weeks, but it always comes back. How can HempRx help with this specific situation? I've seen HempRx help a lot of kitties with chronic asthma, and so I think that you could try it. I would start at 0.5 milligram per kilogram twice a day and work up. Let me know how it goes. Based on the dosage calculator on the video, his dose would be 0.07 mils twice a day. He weighs about 11 pounds. Let me do that calculation for you. Because if he weighs 11 pounds, so he weighs 5 kilograms, and if you're starting off, you're starting at about 2.5 milligrams. So if you're using HempRx, that's 5 drops. If you're using HempRx Forte, that's 3 drops. So I just want to make sure that you've got that dose right. So Kathy also writes, so far he seems happy, healthy, cat, eats well, drinks water, poops, pees, and is the benevolent dictator of the other 2 cats. I love that. So here's the question. Start him on the HempRx now or wait for symptoms of worsening condition? No, I would start now. I'm giving it to my animals as preventative for so many things. Unless, your cat has a reaction, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it. We have elected not to do chemo. He's such a good guy. I don't want to push his good nature and make him miserable. 1 good year is better than 2 bad ones. I know this is a lot to ask without you seeing him, and we're here in Florida. That would be a bit of a trip. I know, I would love to see you. I'm looking for suggestions and guidance, not hard and fast. Yeah, I think you could definitely start on 0.5 milligram per kilogram twice a day. Let me know how it goes. Erica writes, I just read your post. I have a cat scheduled for radioactive iodine treatment for hyperthyroidism. Is there anything holistic you can do afterwards to make sure he's able to clear the radiation and toxins once they've done their job? Erica, I think the best thing you can do is have your kitty on a really high quality, either canned or raw diet. And then you could support digestion, which is a lot of immune system function. And if you wanted to do a liver support, you could, although the iodine's not really metabolized through the liver. And so I think diet is really the most important thing that you could do. Audrey writes, have you experienced using CBD oil for pets with allergies to everything? Yes, so I have never seen a dog with allergies be completely cured with CBD alone, especially when the allergies get so severe that they're allergic to everything. Unfortunately, even my pug here, he is a little bit like allergic to life and food. I think that CBD helps him, but it's not going to save him from an allergy attack. Like right now, I don't think you can see it here, but he's chewed up his elbows. He's on CBD all the time at really high doses. I've seen some dogs, some itchy dogs that were maybe mild to moderately itchy improve, but I've never seen it help really, really severely itchy dogs. Oh, we're getting down, so I don't know what he's gonna do next. He might do something naughty. Let's see. Next question says, hello, I'm doing research on CBD. Oh no, Pugsley, stop it. Stop it. He thinks it's time to go for a walk. Here, let me get him. Okay, the next question says, hello, I'm doing research on CBD oil and would like some advice. I have a 10-year-old boxer who has some health issues in the past from pancreatitis and enlargement of the heart. Since she's getting older, I would like to keep her on the healthy side, and I've read great things about CBD oil in my research. I have found that a lot of CBD oil is mixed with coconut. Yes, CBD is often mixed with coconut. Hemp RX is not mixed with coconut, it's just mixed with hemp oil, so there's only one ingredient. If you have questions you'd like me to answer, you can feel free to email me at Angie@boulderholisticvet.com, and I will answer them in next week's vlog. I'll talk to you soon.